I've had so much fucking trouble finding ginger marmalade in the Los Angeles area. I've been to
Sounds terrible.
Have you tried an Asian grocery store? That seems like
I go to grocery store. It's so
Asian
good.
grocery store.
Look, I have orange marmalade. There's nothing wrong with orange marmalade.
That's the classic marmalade.
But I want some ginger marmalade because.
But did you check an Asian grocery store?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to
British to be. I don't know. I'll try it. You know what? I'll try it.
They have it on Amazon.
I'm not gonna buy my fucking marmalade from Amazon. Okay?
I'm trying to help.
I appreciate the help, Doug.
You clearly don't want that much. You don't want it that bad.
This has been going on for so long.
They tried to. They were coming for it. First, they came for me because my English muffin wasn't toasted. Then
no. It was beyond. It was just an uncooked raw English muffin, like out of the pack.
You say raw like it's meat. It's just fucking bread.
It's golden raw on this English muffin. Then they came for me because I didn't have anything on my English muffin. And you know what? It is Purim, so I will do this.
I'd ask how everyone's doing, but that's apparent. We're all on edge here in the City of Angels.
We are edging in LA.
All right. Well, you know.
Good night, everybody.
I don't know about Dan. I don't know about you, but that's not the energy I have when I'm. Listen, the point, everyone, is that.
Cox and Math, Book and Dagger, it's Purim.
Okay. Well, I hope we're all doing all right. Felicia, it's good to see you. You've been calm. We got a thumbs down. Official thumbs down. And we may have, I believe Frank will be here in a bit as well. But we're gonna kind of begin the begin. That's a song from so
Is
long.
this like the time we kept saying Portia was on her way, but we knew she was never coming?
No, this is, she told me she said she's
okay.
A few minutes late. But we've sort of begun the jumping in process here. Actually we'll let her know that.
Frankie would never lie about that.
I don't think Frankie would lie. I don't think that's her vibe. We just went live, but log on never. Exclamation. That was a text I sent. Guys, because it is 2023, a really cool thing I can do is text right from my computer. It's like I'm sending an I'm.
An I'm?
Mm-hmm. You know how you send an I'm?
Aim.
An aim? No,
aim?
Not an aim. Just because it's not from the A. It's just an I'm.
No, you got to put it.
Oh, an instant message is all you're saying.
Just an I'm.
Have you considered getting an AOL thing, installing it on your computer, and then sending it that way?
Guys, real talk. This cat right here has so basically, many of us have more than one email
personality.
But my email, I have an email account that was created in the early 1990s. It is an AOL account, and I use that bastard for all of my company, you can put me on your mailing list, and still to this day, that is the one I use for that. And when I say AOL.com, I usually get a from people, and I'm like, yeah, deal with it. You don't. Philip, you think you deserve my Gmail?
Philip, my first email address was raichu.steinberg@netscape.net.
Netscape.
That is the cutest
thing.
Wow. Netscape is pretty good.
Netscape.net. Yeah, that was fucking... Netscape. And then I moved to Yahoo.
God, I really do. There was...
What about Hotmail? No Hotmail stock?
I was Chancey Steinberg at yahoo.com.
The idea that Netscape had a wheel.
A thing.
Yep.
Like a captain's wheel really made me happy. Other things that make me happy, though, is playing games with all my friends.
Bold statement, Cotton.
I was speaking to some of you about this a few moments ago, just mentioning that there is a fair bit of material you guys can conjure today. You have one character, who is the character. Her name is Bailiff Bedelia. Is she from a game that any of you have ever played in? Will know she is not. But does she wear pants? No, she does not.
No.
So,
No.
you know, that might be a point in her favor. We also have, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 locations that thanks to that thing, because you guys did the best job you've done of coordination this past week, of like really all like getting behind a thing for these things. So basically, you may notice that if you look down, Castle Pogia, actually I have to switch back as well. Like Wiki's Forge and Castle Pogia are going to require a lot more. I haven't done it to Castle Pogia yet, but like Wiki's Forge is back to the typical rates because we are out of that event when things were sort of accelerated. So you guys can today.
That sucks so much.
Well, on the other hand, Wiki's Forge is just one, and it is connected to one of the other domains, and Wiki's here. So if that's a thing you guys want to try to just cover off today in-game, the difficulty and expenditure for that will not be that high. But that's just what it is for the thing. I know some people did that as their activity today, and I almost said maybe don't do that, but you know what? It's fine. You can still do it. Also, or change your activity tonight after it's done, because it's not.
I was gonna say, yeah, I can
yeah.
change it after, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I will not be changing my activity away from Research Maisie.
When would you ever? That's all you care about, except for the many times you've done other things. So yeah, so that is what you guys have at your disposal. I finally put all of the, I also did this in anticipation of this, and this may not be a thing you guys want to get to, because obviously you have currently all of your characters are staying in Course Court, but you can start putting people in different places if you decide that the specific benefit there is more to your liking. We can deal with that today if you want to, or we can just keep everyone at Course Court for now, because honestly, because Course Court is a mythic, it just gives you a free power for each one, so it's kind of like, you know, you may look at the benefit that's given to you by, like, you know, the bad dragon and just be like, I don't need this, just keep him at Course Court. I'm still vamping a bit, but I think we will probably go ahead and begin, and Frankie will pop in. Frankie will tell us to relax and pop in. Frankie says relax, joke, everyone.
Hi, yeah. That's Frankie goes to Hollywood, relax.
Yeah, relax, don't do it when you want to.
Yeah.
Great. So, I think we'll begin tonight's game. Frankie's running late, but you guys get to Hampstead Hall on this Monday night. Go ahead, Doug. Do you have a question?
It also seems like we very heavy into the haunted and dilapidated in these locations.
I will actually speak to this before we jump into this. What I did for this is I sort of applied, based on the spirit of what you guys were trying to do, I applied an additional parameter to things, which is I was rolling random locations. Mm-hmm. And I was prioritizing, like the only extra thing I was doing was I was only rolling on ones you hadn't gotten yet. And yes, some of the things I rolled, well, it's especially fun, and this is literally no joke. This is 100% what happened. Like, I was talking to KJ, like, before this stuff, and we were talking about, like, what are even locations from, like, Witchlight that would be, like, smaller, and I mentioned Jingle Jangle was her name in Witchlight, but I'm calling her Clangalang, and KJ was like, oh, we should get that place, and then I literally rolled it. And how I was rolling this, guys, is what I would typically do is I was rolling I first rolled to see what rarity it would be, then I rolled the appropriate die to get a number of which chapter in the thing it was, and I would go to that, and I literally roll hers. So there you go.
Look at that.
So we got Clangling's
Wow.
But yes, we do have the Ruins of Turbalange. We have...
I want to get Clangalang now just because that place was so dope, partly because of her.
Yeah. But you have, in terms of haunted, I think you... Oh, that's right. So the Crypt of Lady Perverse is haunted, and then the Witch House is haunted. But the Witch House is not, like, haunted. And none of these places will really be haunted for you.
And then
But-
the ruins and the witch house are both dilapidated.
That is true. They are both dilapidated. They're both. Yes, go ahead, Connor.
I would contend that these locations are but reflections of Philip's inner cavern,
Well,
so there's a lot of dilapidated everything there.
inner cavern?
Yeah, your soul
Wow.
cavern.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's technically a way to phrase it. It's,
Oh no.
huh. Well, I'm disturbed now.
Ooh, wow.
What was happening? I don't know.
We were starting off. We were diving in.
Yes.
We were showing
your
up to
inner
the
cavern.
library.
Come to my inner cavern. Not my.
We're having a very traditional Monday evening start.
You've all. Of course, you've been to my cavern many times, but never my inner cavern. The inner cavern is a special cavern that is haunted and dilapidated. My dilapidated. This just sounds like the rejected vagina monologues. My vagina is a cavern, a haunted, dilapidated cavern. All right. Well. Cool. Tight.
Oh boy.
So, friends.
Just like your inner cavern.
It
That's-
can't be if it's dilapidated.
If it's dilapidated, I fear that.
Yeah.
I fear the days of.
Been through some shit.
It can be one or the other. It can't be
I will
both.
mention I have actually done a thing. So basically, there are now two different things. This is for active. So this shows you guys in the back with all your active characters, and then all collected characters are now grouped by setting, and are on the sort of original larger one here. The risers and such. So that way we can
Yes.
just, if you ever wonder who's around, how it's there, that's how you find it. But with all of that, just who knows what out of the way, we will begin tonight's game. As you all approach Hampstead Hall, Professor Davies is here tonight. He's been away a couple of weeks, but you actually asked to see him last week, and I just totally neglected to have him come so that you could look at him through the temporary sort of like lens of truth or whatever. So he is present if you want to repeat that process. Wednesday is here, ready with buns. And Mo is here saying, you got all these, poor Mo is just, yeah, it's all in there for whenever you guys are ready. And he just sort of steps aside. Yes, Callie?
Nothing. I forgot.
Oh, understood. I saw you doing the sign
Yes,
for...
I had a thought,
But it's now gone.
and I lost it.
Was it Mo? Did Mo take it out?
I have no idea.
Thanks a lot, Mo. Well, in any case, you are all here. Professor Davies is here. Oh, it's good to see you all on a night like this. I hear you may have gathered more things, gathered more locations. I hear this was what was going on this week, so I hope these bear a lot of fruit for you.
Excited to see him.
Yes, I somewhat wish I could as well, but I'm sure that I think you've been very strategic in gathering them. I think this will give you more information about the shape of things, and that's a very wise thing to do. So yeah, he'll kind of step to the side. You have, yes, there are 6 bundles for you. One is for a character named Bailiff Bedelia. 4 are for locations. And 1 is for a doll called Maisie, which I think we've said we're not doing until you need it later to summon a character called Maisie. So, do you want to start? Do you want to just summon everything? Is this open it all up?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we'll start with Bailiff Bedelia.
Well, but actually, wait.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to attempt and successfully succeed, if we get the other dragon place,
If you
is
get the blue moon, place.
the blue moon place, is that gonna cost how much? How much? That's still going to cost 800.
I would
You do
I would
that
have
later
it
too?
maybe if you do it tonight during the thing, I'd let it cost the lower amount. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. That would
Wait,
And
guys,
yes.
I do think maybe we should bring the doll in and see if Tatiana Temple knows anything about it.
Maybe you should shut your whore mouth.
Okay.
Callie.
Well, we'll start with Bailiff Bedelia, and we'll come to that decision in a moment. But this is a pretty silly mini we got here for you guys. Bailiff Bedelia and
Oh no.
That's hot. Yes.
there you go, Bailiff Bedelia.
Yes.
Suddenly an elf appears before you. She's tall, graceful, sort of slender, very high cheekbones, kind of the pointed ears coming out of a rakishly applied like police hat. She's wearing basically like a police shirt and no pants. And she's just looking around, and she's like, order, may it come to order, please, may I please to approach, may the honorable, may it be order for you guys, may it so too herewith. Wait, what's happening? Where's the court?
Downstairs.
Oh, thank you. And Wednesday's like, this way we'll show you to your orientation. Oh, okay, I already know what mine is, though, but... Oh, okay, sure, that's fine. And she just goes off with them. She just looks back at you guys and says,
That's good.
all rise. Okay, bye. And she walks off.
Bye.
And now look, now she's standing behind Eldo, because she's on that one, see? Bloop. I like Legos, guys. So, Mo just watches her walk past and is just, and you guys now have 4 locations, and if you're summoning all of them, there's this thing that happens, of course, when you do this, that you don't go straight there, but you summon the ruins of Turbelange, you summon the witch house, you summon Clang-a-Lang's cottage, and you summon the crypt of Lady Perverse. So you have just represented Here Be Dragons, Top Flight, Wellness Beyond the Witchlight, and Star Tales. And sure enough, on the interior of the elevator, new buttons have formed, listing those locations. So those join Course Court, The Bad Dragon, and Reputable Farm and Supply, and Agricultural Services and Sons. So you now have 7 buttons, as well as one that is just kind of like blank and kind of vaguely purple that takes you to the Dreamlands. Yes, Callie.
I really enjoyed the lack of synergy between all these locations.
They are. It is a pretty interesting random assortment for sure. Wednesday will
Are you doing the doll?
What do the different buttons
No.
look like?
The buttons are all standardized. They just have a little, like plate after each one.
Oh,
And
'cause
Bad Dragon.
Or did I
sticky.
say something different than that?
the bad dragon was like sticky and grimy.
The Bad
Yeah.
Dragon button is sticky and grimy, but that's like
Okay, all right.
it's kind of a grace note.
Okay,
One
all
could,
right.
You know, one could clean that off, but it probably is gonna
Not
be
a footnote or an endnote.
No.
Allie did put hand sanitizer in the elevator.
I
like a
recall that
stand.
you did that. That is true. That is currently it is still there. Also Wednesday at this point, having sent the other down, will say, I do have all of the Loremasters for you though. If you did wish to take them to these locations or discuss things with them, of course.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well bring them with us as we go check out these places.
We also kind of need bailiff for that though,
You need bailiff for that.
because she.
The one who's just arrived, miss.
Yes, well, the Umbral Queen had said that we needed maybe a shimmer elf to understand part of the dream world, because the shadow elves only knew nightmares and not dreams as much. No.
Ah, I see. Well, I shall. She snaps, and the wellness sprite, hey, well, and is kind of, she will go to the elevator and go try to find her.
We're not opening that one.
Not
No.
opening which one? Oh, the
Nothing.
you mean the doll? So the doll gets left.
Yeah.
there.
Nothing.
Mo just all right, just puts it aside. Wednesday buns.
Yep.
Buns.
Yes, I shove one of Wednesday's buns right into my mouth.
You hear some chattering from the Loremasters in the other room. You hear the sort of like strum of a guitar. Rawling saying, "Well, if true, that's entirely fascinating. Of course, who knows what sorts of things that could mean? But yes, that's all very interesting. Would any of you have looks of 4 or more? Four dice in your look under your vitality. The pink.
I
in the middle.
do.
You do Nova. You do notice. Sister Mercy just once again like peeking around a corner, just lurking.
Can we help her at all? Can we?
You're entirely welcome to help her.
No, I don't want to like be her therapist. I just mean like, is
Trying to
there?
like help set him up.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, we
Can-
should set him up. You're right.
Okay, it's fine.
Nova, what do you think? You're the ghost expert.
Well, I thought they were already together. But
She's
do
not a
you want
ghost.
them to
She's
be
just dead.
official?
I think you just got to get them both in the jacuzzi. Hot tubs do it all.
Yeah, the hot tub will do the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
As you guys discuss this for a few moments, the elevators open, and Bailiff Bedelia just walks back out. Like, oh, we're back here. Oh, yes, oh, yes. Oh, yes, Queen. What?
Hello.
Hey. All rise. The session will come I don't know if it will. Where is the court, though, for real? Because that was like a house that it was called Course Court. And I was like, oh, this might be Course Court. Not the High Hello one, but it was like not even a court. It was like a house.
But there's a hot tub.
Well, that's really fun, but they didn't even take me there. They just explained that I'm like a character.
What
for a
kind of
moment.
tours are we doing?
They just like explained that I'm a character.
I'll take you there later.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, sure.
Well, okay. Frankie's here as well for this. And you can change your name whatever you want if you know how to do that. But yes, as you guys are sort of, she's just kind of looking around confused. But Callie, if you want to discuss anything with her, she is present. All rise. All rise, the Honorable me presiding over this conversation, which you have asked for with me, apparently. I am Bailiff Bedelia presiding, but I'm not presiding because I'm not a judge, I'm a bailiff.
Cool. We need your Shimmer Elf expertise in Dream World.
Oh my god, I am a Shimmer Elf. So many people don't even realize that. They just think I'm a shiny elf.
Must be hard.
I mean, it's not like easy, but it's actually not hard. Some people have it much worse than I do.
How so?
Well, like for example, there are some people who cannot even go to their domains of delight because of like wars between the archfairies.
I hate when that happens.
And in fact, there
Those
is a guy,
archfairies.
and his name is Mr. Bastard, and he is like literally a bastard. And at this point, you hear some like hooves, and then Mandy the Mouth goes, "Did I just hear somebody talking about Mr. Bastard? Because I know about him." Oh, hi Bedelia. Guys, she had a UTI the last time I talked to her. Bedelia goes, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're telling everyone that, but it's tragic." Sorry, I tell everybody everything.
Okay, well,
She
let's,
does.
tell
That's
more
like
people
her
what
whole
things.
gimmick. That's literally. No, do you know her? That is literally her whole gimmick.
Yes, we're aware.
Yeah, we.
She's never mentioned that before.
You said something about domains of delight.
Oh, that's just like a cute little word that we say in the fairy lands for like the special areas that certain archfays have that are like more or less delightful than other ones. And I'm a part of one of the like weirdest ones called the High Hello Court. That's ours.
Well, as we go check out these new places that we have summoned, can you please tell us more about these?
Wait, what places are you? What do you mean?
So, you know, in the same way that we summoned you here, we have also summoned locations that we can access.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah. So please follow us.
Oh, okay. I would be honored to. Everyone, please rise, and we will now assemble and go to Hereford to with where we are going. Thank you.
I don't think anybody's even sat down.
I have not sat down, but should I sit down?
No.
No, I just think you.
I typically don't. I'm the bailiff, so I'm on my feet all day. Except for then when we're relaxing when court is no longer in session.
Let's go. Let us proceed.
So you are taking... Who are you taking with you in the elevator? You can't fit everyone in the world, but you could take a good number of people with you. You're going to take Bailiff Bedelia. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
going to take... Who else would you like to take? You want to take Krigig? He's little and
Yeah.
he seems to know a lot, so he'll hop on... He'll kind of... Krigig will hop at me like... Go
What about La
What's that?
Travadora?
She would sort of... She comes and she's all sultry on account of what she is. And she says, I would be extremely excited to come with you to see these places.
Oh yeah, can you do like a theme for each of them as we?
I can probably
Tour?
work something together if you'd rely me to.
Do,
Yes.
do you need Ellie Bog to do vocals?
They're all going in your head if this is happening.
Ellie Bog is not present with. She's downstairs because she is not a Loremaster. But if you're bringing La Trovadora, Krigig, and Bailiff Bedelia, that's a pretty good, you know. You could...
I would also, that's good.
Okay.
Are we going to like the dungeon area right now? Sorry, I just want to I keep freezing, so I want to make sure I'm.
I thought you guys were going to go look at the new locations you'd conjured.
Okay. Got it.
That being said, Callie, if you wanted to, you could also try to conjure one last one first, so that you could visit all of them.
If everyone is down for that, cool. If not, I'll spend my next year summoning it. It's fine.
Spend my next year summoning it. Is how she
So
phrased it.
so torn.
So in other words, like a real like mom, she is trying to guilt trip you all.
Yes.
No, I'm
I'm
definitely
okay.
not. I'm definitely not. Absolutely. If you guys don't want to do that
Yes,
today,
I
we
feel
do not
I
have
feel no
to.
guilt from
I'm just
that
being
whatsoever,
very
Callie.
realistic about what the rest of my time is going to be doing.
Well, I'm okay if we do that or passing on that later on. Either way, I think that we should also bring Beth and Afa with us so that we can also bring a Shadow Elf with the Shimmer Elf.
Excellent idea. So Beth and Afa, Bailiff Bedelia. Beth and Afa, Bailiff Bedelia. Beth and Afa, Bailiff Bedelia. They got a little the B at the T to the H to the F. Beth and Afa meet Bailiff Bedelia. Okay. Beth and Afa, Bailiff Bedelia. Krigig, the Orable, and La Trovadora. They will come with you.
I mean, I think it's like we're getting the discount if we try to do it today, though, right?
If you try
Buy
to
now,
summon
get
it today,
50% off.
you will. Yeah, basically, you're able to sort of get it at the lower rate. So,
Well, then we got to do it.
if you guys are going to attempt that, you also have what other resource, and she is up here. But Wiki can kind of come out and say, "Oh yeah, I can tell you all about I can give you precise drawings of my forge because I built the whole thing myself in service of the hunt." And she starts drawing it out. So that will make this not too hard a thing. Connor, why don't you give us a research roll on this point?
Okay. I mean, are we just planning on just blowing our loads here with power?
You are welcome
I mean,
to.
since we're doing it early, I think there is a world where
yeah. I know a lot about doing that early. Okay, I'll go ahead and spend 4 power to get 2 more dice.
All right, do
Oh
it
my
up.
god.
So we're rolling a 6 for research. Two 4s. I will go ahead and I will spend another 5 to change one that was not a 4 to a 4, so I have 3 4s.
3 4s. All right, very good. Callie, if you would now do an analyze. And she froze. Oh no, she's not. She's back. Thank goodness.
3 3s.
Okay. Nova and Doug, would you guys anything you would like to do in these things? Obviously, typically this ends with Frankie doing a compose create. So she'll be doing that in a moment. But are there any other things you guys want to do to bolster this? I will tell you that you guys are already doing great for this purpose.
How about a work manual labor? Given
You know what?
Forge?
Because it's a forge, hit me with a work manual labor. I love that.
Oh, Bryce.
I love this idea.
And I'll use 2 power to get 1 extra.
I love it. And actually, Nova, if you want to, this is going to put things hella over the top. You could go, what do we got, Doug?
Nothing.
No success. Understood. So Doug attempts to work, and Wiki's like, your form is terrible. And so you guys are like, okay, like we're not getting anything. But Nova, trying all this, you do have you have a modifier for folklore, especially ghost stories, which Blue Moon is. So I'm gonna give you a half modifier rounded up on that. So you can do a detect vibe, but you can roll 6, if you want to on that. And then Frankie, if you would like to do a compose create, do you have a bunch of? Hi, Frankie. We haven't heard you yet because you've been muted, which is totally fine. Do you have a bunch of d8s?
Yeah.
Hooray! Well, if you would like to roll d8s, your compose create is you have 6 of those.
Yeah. I was gonna add. I just use 2 power to add 1 more.
Love it. All right, I will dock that from your sheet and go for it. Yeah, roll it. Roll it up with all 7.
did.
Oh, what do we got?
We have 3 3s, 3 2s, and 1 5.
Wow. Do you want to do the 3 3s or the 3 2s? Do you want this to be about rhetoric or dialectic, in other words? Logic, truth, reason, or sorry, persuasion, tactics, strategy versus logic, truth, reason.
I would like to phone a friend.
Okay.
What does everyone think I should use? Sorry, I wasn't, I'm not sure what I'm using these for in this moment.
Oh, you are helping, basically, you guys, this one is much easier to do because you have a lot of the pieces for it and you have the other ones, and you've already got a place from Here Be Dragons. So basically, you guys are just trying to conjure one place from that blue moon because it's the last place that you have stuff from. So you're kind of, you're doing that more quickly and easily here. So that is all you're doing. Yeah.
Then I would like to use rhetoric.
I think rhetoric makes sense. So with that, with multiple successes, even though Doug didn't work out so well, literally work out.
He was working out, just not the right thing.
It still went bad. It still went okay. And I think I hope that we may be losing Callie here internet-wise. I just received word. I know she's in and out, Callie is, but we'll oh dear. So, point being, with that, you guys can in fact summon Wiki's Forge, which means you have all of the places represented.
Sick.
We did it.
Good.
We win.
All right. So, yes, you do win. You have them all. All right. Let me see here. I'm gonna just mark that as yeah, that'll only be 400. That'll only charge you 4. Okay, cool. Though I actually wrote that on there wrong. Never mind. Okay, you know what? That's actually a fabled place, not a renowned one. I'm sorry. So it is gonna cost you 600, but it'll still only be half. Everything's fine. I apologize. Don't worry about me. I realize
we still win.
You still win, but that place.
But you can still afford it, right?
You can still afford it. You're fine. But
Okay.
Yeah, we're rich.
I'm just gonna write paid and or complete in those. You can say, yeah, you are actually, and I will say thanks primarily to like I think apostrophe this just every day is reading, and that has been just refilling the coffers of reading So that's good. But all of that work is about to be splurged today as they buy all the locations. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, with that, good times. You guys now have 8 locations. You have visited 3 of them. One of them extensively in Course Court. The other you've gone to a couple of times, being Reputable Farm and Supply and Agricultural Services and Sons. And then you went to the Bad Dragon once. But you also have the Ruins of Turbelange, the Crypt of Lady Perverse, the Witch House Clangenleg's Cottage, and Wiki's Forge, which you've never ventured to. And you're going to head down there, bringing with you Bailiff Bedelia, Bethan Afa, Krigig the Horrible, and La Trovadora, just to give you a representation of some individuals who can potentially give you some perspective on these.
All right.
Sick.
Oh, what about our friend Elbrin?
He's not a Loremaster, and he's not our friend.
I am around though, and I always come up here when you guys are coming in. It's so great to see everybody. I'm not sure what kinds of foods you make, but I did actually make a variety of smoothies, which is a thing I learned about that you guys have here. So if anyone wants smoothies, there are smoothies here. But if not, I'm sure all these crazy characters downstairs will love them. Awesome.
I'll take one.
Great. Hey, Doug, how are you doing, man?
I'm good. We still need to go play hockey.
I would love nothing more. It's great to see you. Connor, how's it going, buddy?
Going great. I don't think we need you, so you can head back down.
Awesome. Great. Fantastic. I'm glad. You guys, it's so impressive what you guys are putting together here. It's amazing. So he just kind of steps aside wait, we'll get meta with it. As he walks aside, like Sister Mercy kind of like, nearly drops another vase as she's looking around a corner, and he catches it and says, "Are you okay?" She's like, "I feel that maybe on some level I would be really attracted to you, but not right now. Because I only have eyes for Rawlings." And he's like, "Then forget about being attracted. Let's sit down and talk about that a little bit. Because I need you to know something. No matter what, Sister Mercy, you're more than your feelings for another person. That's not what defines you, okay?" And they just go into some room to chat.
I look at everyone else and say, look, if you're really a good person, a good droid, he would have asked the women in the group how they were doing as well, not just me and Doug.
You sent him away.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, if he were a good person, he would have ignored that and asked how everyone was
No.
doing and then gone away.
Actually, I don't need to
Maybe
ask.
he's a droid. Maybe he's following his program.
I actually don't need to ask women how they're doing. I let them tell me if they want to. But I know how men are so emotionally stunted and reticent that I need to try to coax it out through like bonamine.
Did he
like,
come back to
bravado.
say that?
No. That's what he would have said, but he didn't.
He sent me a text.
He texted Doug. Yeah.
Fuck that guy. I hate him so much.
He's the coolest. He's the best person here. What a cool guy.
BFF.
Anyway, the rest of you find yourselves at the elevator. Wednesday says, "Buns for the trip."
Yep.
Yes. Good luck. I hope you find many new places. She steps aside. The wellness sprite arm checks the thing and says, "Be well." And you guys step on. The music is playing. There are 5 new freaking buttons. Where do you want to go first? Once again, Wiki's Forge, Clangeling's Cottage, the Witch House, the Crypt of Lady Perverse, and the Ruins of Turbelange.
I vote whichever order they appear on the elevator.
So that would actually be... No, there is an answer to that. God damn it. Hold on.
Of course there's an answer to that.
Or Doug can just hit a button.
I don't know. I don't know the exact order they're in. I'm sorry. So Doug, just then roll a d10, Doug, and I'll tell you which one you hit.
7.
So you click the button for the Witch House. The elevator rumbles. The music plays. Krigig hops onto Callie's shoulder and says, "God blimey, love, mind if I hit you, Mr. ID?"
No problem at all. Yep.
It's much appreciated. The doors click open, and you find yourselves looking into a rather dilapidated hallway of a dilapidated house. Also haunted. Haunted and dilapidated, like my vagina. That's the joke that you missed at the beginning of this, Frankie. I apologize.
Hell yeah, it is.
So basically,
In tavern.
that is
Well,
my
I
inner
was
cavern.
insinuating more like the place where your heart resides.
The place where my heart should reside, but instead that's where the
Right.
ghosts are. Yeah, exactly. So as you guys look down this kind of haunted, creepy house, it's actually not that creepy, and you don't really feel like intense presence. La Trovadora, however, gasps. Go ahead, Frankie.
I just mean don't tell me how I feel.
Apologies. Yes. I more mean there is not like an instant sense of haunted or there's not like a. You don't.
Haunting is coming from within you, not from the house.
There are no signs that there are like ghosts going woo. But La Trovadora gasps and steps in and says, "My friends, I've been here before."
Whoa!
Well, this isn't from your setting.
No, it is not. I've been in this house. Is there a TV in the attic? And she begins moving swiftly down
Oh, this is great because I was going to go look at the attic.
the halls. Do you follow her?
Oh yeah.
Okay. We did lose Callie. Hopefully she'll be back. She is back already. Look, she's back so fast.
She ran off into a corner of the house.
Callie entered the haunted house and immediately ran away. As you guys, but basically, Callie, if you missed that, La Trovadora says, "I've been here before," and she is.
Where are we? Where?
You're in the witch house, the headquarters of. She froze again. This is sad. You're in the witch house, the headquarters of the Guild of Secrets from Top Flight. So she's
Okay,
as she's running down the hall, the rest of you following. She kind of heads upstairs. You see there are like weird rooms and chambers on each side, but she eventually gets to an attic door. She pauses outside of it, takes a very dramatic breath. Even though she's holding her guitar, you can still hear it like kind of dramatically. And she opens the door. Inside, there is a distinct bro vibe. A lot of beer cans, girly
Oh, nice.
magazines, half-smoked cigars. There is a small TV, like black and white TV on one side of the room. With a sort of a, like, again, it's like just a disgusting couch. There's a couple of like creepy attic windows that you could like kind of look up to and look out, kind of those like gables windows, is that what they're called? And she steps in and says, "This is where." So
Party happens.
this is not from where I'm from. This is from a different setting, from Top Flight.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So how have you been here?
I once, during the Week of Blood, I played many concerts, and
The Week of Blood?
It is a custom.
It's like
where I'm
Shark
from.
Week.
Oh, I love Shark Week.
Then perhaps it is like Shark Week, but
Do they have flying sharks in your Week of Blood too?
well, in if you were to go to the marshes of the grave, there would probably be flying sharks,
Oh, let's go there.
depending on situations. But the last place I went to when I spoke to someone in a studio, I stepped out of the TV and I wound up here.
Came out of the TV,
I came out of the TV, but
like The Ring.
Can I try and turn on the TV?
You can. Static fills the screen.
I'm trying to like fiddle with the dial.
Mhm.
It has bunny ears.
Has some bunny ears, yes. You can begin to turn the dial, Connor, and there appears to be a few channels. But, and here's where things get interesting. Right now, it's a black and white TV,
Mm-hmm.
but right now it's all, man, didn't really think that this would happen, so therefore this is going to upend a lot of things, but it's fine. Because
Oh yeah, baby.
anyone who knows what happened on Blood from Restore this week knows that we had a minorly big Blood from a Stone this past week.
Just a
Connor.
little small big.
You flip through the channels. Roll a d13. I don't have to.
9.
Okay. 9 for real?
Yeah.
I know what this is by heart. I don't even need to look. And also, this is about. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you exactly what's happening. You flip through, and all the channels are all super distorted, but one of them comes through as you click through. And what you see in sort of a black and white shot, kind of like a weird, like on like a telephoto lens or something, there's this man. He looks tough. He's got a mustache, cigar in his mouth, like a rifle over his shoulder. He looks like a real soldier. And there's this song playing softly, kind of like tinnily, but you can hear the lyrics. Go ahead, Connor.
Since we have researched the Soldier of Fortune, we recognize that's the Soldier of Fortune?
That is an interesting question, and one that I think would require... You have researched it, and you are very good at research. And Connor, man, the fact that you have prestige television is one of your things, I think I'm actually going to no roll required. I think that you think you're looking at the Soldier of Fortune. I completely forgot this was a thing in the Witch House. I should have really prepped for this more. But instead, I also should have forgotten that if Trovadora comes, every single thing is something I should have been anticipating. I just didn't. Okay, you look at this. The Soldier of Fortune, he has this look of triumph on his face. A song is playing over the speakers. It's kind of titty and kind of pixelated, but the lyrics go, I have often told you stories about the way I lived the life of a drifter, waiting for the day when I'd take your hand and sing you songs, then maybe you would say, come lay with me and love me, and I would surely stay, but I feel I'm growing older, and the songs that I have sung echo in the distance like the sound of a windmill going round. Guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. It like freeze frames in a weird moment as he's that, and a graphic comes up and says Soldier of Fortune.
Yeah, we know. I looked at the trophy. We know he's one of you guys, right?
He is. Yes, he is, but it's interesting that... Try to find my channel in here.
Which one's your
I do not know what number I would be assigned by this. But as you sort of are clicking through, the only one that's coming through for you right now is the Soldier of Fortune. Oh, when it freezes at the end, by the way, it says the Soldier of Fortune, and then a small graphic shows up at the bottom. Give me look rolls on all this, you people. Let's see if you can catch it, because it is like small and like pixelated.
3 8s.
No way.
3 8s on 3 dice.
Love it.
2 8s.
2 1s.
Yes, any matches and any match, if you have any degree of match, but Connor, your eyes go straight to it.
Nothing.
The title says, it's like the Soldier of Fortune. It like there's like a freeze frame as if this is like an action series called The Soldier of Fortune, and it says created by F. Seamstar.
What did it say?
Created by F. Seamstar. I'm gonna put that into multiple chats.
Which,
But
we've heard about Fleaman Seamstar's tour bus.
You have.
and the fleecing.
Do we know about? Have we heard of that? Wait. Do you know? And so I look at the Troubadour. Do you know who Fleaman Seamstar is?
This will have to be a roll if she'll know this or not, actually. Because her lore's great, but she doesn't necessarily... Wow, that's 3 8s. So yes, she does. She says, I have never heard of anyone by this name, but I do know that the being who was in this chamber when I came out of the TV with Marion Carrion, he is the fleecing schemester. I wonder if this is
I mean, that can't be a
an
coincidence.
alias of his.
How? So I guess the question then is how? So clearly, Top Flight and Blood from a Stone are connected.
This was something that was suggested.
Like this is like more than just like sharing types of of driving forces.
At this point, a voice will say, "Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. If it please the court, can someone tell me what this has to do with me? Like, is this a thing you wanted me to answer about, or can I just like zone out a little bit?"
Do you know something?
No,
Does it send? Are any of the words we're saying meaning anything to you?
no.
Okay, then.
No, thank you. Thank
no,
you.
thank
You
you.
are dismissed. You're dismissed by the court.
Right.
We'll need you more when things are related to Dream.
Okay, that's fine. Beth and Afa, and he's just looking at her, just with fascination. Hi, yeah, Alpha Tau. I am, yes. In any case, Krigig on your shoulder just goes, "Oh man, there's going to be a right proper snow between them two, I think, if things work out a certain way, if you know my meaning."
I imagine that just the whole house is snogging
Oh
everyone
boy, you
there.
don't know the half of it. You think I'd
Yeah,
be more
I feel like-
popular, what with me long tongue and all. In any event,
What did he genuinely? What did he just say?
he said, you don't know the half of it. You'd think I'd be more popular, what with me long tongue and all.
Holy. Okay.
He's a cool guy.
So none of the other channels are picking up anything.
No, and I'll tell you something. Oh no, you wouldn't know this. Never mind. I want you to know it though, because everything's changed. So this is an out-of-game comment. That's how it is for the fleecing schemester. The channel he sees is only what is is whatever the games that are playing. He can't just go to any he wants. He turns around and they're mostly fuzzy, and then he finds one that works.
That's where the focus is.
Yeah,
Try to hit the TV and
where what the dials turn to. I think they even used that term a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he hits the TV. So right now, the one you can see is the Soldier of Fortune. If you guys want to sit there, though, it seems to just be like a lot of scenes of like the Soldier of Fortune just like walking around. You hear a voiceover go. Oh, there's like a kind of like electric guitar riff as he's walking. He's like, "I don't know where I'm going. I know I'll make good time. War's over, but another one's looming." Just like shots of him like walking along like a American plane, you know, just like waves of amber grain in the distance, well, black and white. But
I look at Doug and I'm like,
yeah,
he seems really cool, really a little problematic, but insanely cool.
we should bring him in.
I agree.
How do you pull him out of the TV?
We should
Start-
check another floor. We don't have to stay here in this
Start
this place.
tapping the.
I don't know. Can I try and reach through the screen and pull him out?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
if you two put your hands on the screen, you're touching glass,
Okay. All right.
and it's staticky too.
That's an old TV.
You could shock each other if you want to, but don't. It's
Callie will
I'm
have
gonna
a
do that for sure.
sigh of relief.
Callie's sigh of relief that no one goes to the TV for sure.
Yeah.
La Trovadora sort of stands here watching as you guys walk out. Do you turn the TV off on your way out?
No. Let's leave it running.
I'm also gonna look at the cans of beer, see if I know any of them.
God damn it. I gotta remember the brand of beer that she fucking,
Apps.
no, there were some, like very weird, like fake beer brands.
So not one I recognize.
No. I just really, really want to remember. Oh, you do see... Oh, it is Salem Mills beer. You do find around. There is Salem Mills beer. There are Deliciosa Lujuria cigars. And then there are issues of Double Oil and Bubble, the tri-state area's premier bikini magazine.
Featuring Marion Carrion.
An old issue has Marion Carey in it, but it's not this issue. This issue's just... Shocker, it's a car wash issue. Oh my god, they do too many car wash issues. Anyway, Double Oil and Bubble, that's right. I forgot about that. So, as you guys are making your way out of the room, you are electing to leave the TV running, is that correct?
I think it'd be fun. Yeah, why not?
Cool. Okay, then leave the TV on.
It was on when we walked in, right?
It was not, they turned it on.
No, I turned it on.
Oh, well then Callie would absolutely turn it off.
No,
Okay.
leave it on. See what happens.
Is there a fridge or anything on the way out that we pass?
Interestingly, there is one down in a. But well, let's resolve this. There's no fridge up here. Callie, yes. What are you doing about the TV?
I mean, if they're telling me not to turn it off, I won't. But that
It hurts.
Callie never leaves TVs. She always turns all the lights off when she leaves the room. So
No,
What
it's
if-
not doing the power bill. We don't have to worry about that here.
it's not the. It's a force of habit. It doesn't matter about a power bill.
But what if that man wants to come out of the TV?
Oh, then we should probably, turn it off.
Callie, you told me to shut my whore mouth earlier. I think this is a great way to make up for it. By leaving it to
We didn't have such a fucking whore mouth. Okay, fine.
Dan, I'm so glad you rolled a 9. I'm literally just going to show you this. Not that you guys think I'm lying, but look, the 9th down, starting from the top. Here's some spoiler alerts of who some people are. But if you look, the 9th entry is the Soldier of Fortune. And I knew that by heart.
Fugitive? What?
Yeah, there's a fugitive. You haven't met the fugitive? I think the fugitive's the
No.
only one you've never met, come to think of it.
Yeah.
I think you've met everyone else. You've never met the fugitive.
Oh, so if I'd rolled a 2 at the end of the session.
The 2, you guys would have seen a drifter being real handsome.
Okay.
So, what's the result? I was busy looking that up. Are you guys leaving the TV
Oh,
on?
I mean, the end of the session on
Leaving the
Friday.
TV on because I called him a whore.
Leaving it on.
TV's
Oh,
left.
but I don't call him a whore.
Well, do I have to leave it on? I didn't. All right. So, as you guys step out of this room, TV left on. Latrovadora kind of stares after it a little while, but
I mean, Callie would stare too, just because she
Yeah.
feels weird about leaving it on.
she will sort of mutter, probably to you, Callie, since you're there, and Kriegig is there, but she'll sort of just lean in and say, "This place, it is where I saw, but it is not where I was. I think if my home came, if my universe came from the Top Flight universe, then perhaps they copied this place from there. So I was in a copy of this place once. And this is, of course, just a copy of it that you've created, but it is
So
the
then
same
how-
architecture. It feels the same. And it was empty like this when I was there.
Well, because wait, so Blood from a Stone is all domains of dread.
Yes.
I mean, is it possible to just like make domains of dread as like a subset of another setting?
Domains of Dread. See, we have discussed this, and kind of Kriegig's like, oh, yeah, ruddy torso. But she'll say, Domains of Dread seem to exist in all of the Type A or Type I universes or settings. So, it does appear that sometimes they are modeled after other places. They're modeled after
Okay.
stories, much as the dreams are. This is very interesting. If you look around the rest of the house, it's really not that interesting. There are
Nothing in the
some...
This is a meta question.
Please.
If there are domains of dread, and someone said earlier there were domains of delight, is because Witchlight was so like opposite of dread. Is Witchlight a domain of
Witchlight
Delight?
took place entirely within what is called a domain of delight, yes, or a delight land, or whatever I'd call it to not be, yeah.
That makes
It literally, like, I think we talked about that. You were in a place called Prismere. That's one of the domains of delight. And I cannot remember what Alexis's was, but you guys were from a different domain of delight. Like you had like a different,
makes sense.
yeah.
Okay.
Basically not the whole of the Fairylands are not set into those specific areas, but a big section of it is, and that is sort of the mirror of the Dreadlands, is the idea.
Okay.
The rest of this place, you see a lot of bedrooms with like weird decor. One of them looks like a room that would belong to like a weird illusionist. One looks like a room of someone who, if there were a superhero whose powers were, and I quote, "My arms are the desert," then one of the rooms would be what that person would have. There's another one that has a lot of like rivery stuff. There's a guy named Riverman. His power is rivers. Doesn't really. And actually, Frankie, you'd be super familiar with all these. You remember these characters from Top Flight. This is the Top Flight. This is a key location in Top Flight. Honestly, I think we made this is the legendary location, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This one. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. I don't feel like I made any mistakes. Yeah. We're good. But as you guys make your way through, it seems like there are. Oh, one of the bedrooms is the douchiest of all. There's a lot of like Red Sox caps.
Okay, but that exists here.
Yes, it does. But that's an interesting.
You see a Red
question.
Sox cap in here?
Okay.
Multiple, honestly.
Yes, the Red Sox cap. But that is actually, Connor, you're making a point, and actually, Frankie, would you please make a roll for me if he brings that up? Let's have you. I'm going to add your comic book. You'll get both of them because that's fully what this is about. This would be an analyze, so you get 4 dice on this, Frankie.
I have a question.
Please.
In terms of all this, would Temple Flight be considered like a different setting, or would anything that's Temple Flight be a skin for
It's
anything
more
that's
skins, but things do get complicated with that. So, Frankie, what did you roll?
2 3s, a 1, and a 2.
2 3s, great. Well, you can run with a dialectic. Oh, logic and truth, perfect. So Frankie, he's asking questions of like, why is this way? And that's actually Dan, not Connor, asking that. But his kind of like, oh, interesting. He'll sort of draw, and this will cause you to realize something. The way this looks, this is including a room that was like the person who sleeps in this room would have been Dustin Howell, and he would not have been here after Temple Flight when they recharged everything. That's because, and this goes to what you guys have said about all these locations again and again, this is kind of like the classic look. Like, all these places are what you'd see for the Disneyland build. So, like, things don't necessarily reflect the ending of things. These are always kind of like an evergreen, like, the classic energy of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So in other words, even though Dustin Howell should no longer be someone who lives in this house, in this case, he's still in here because this is meant to represent, like, the house when it was at its most fun in Top Flight Volume 1.
Can I
have another.
Sorry, go ahead. Can I express that to them in like a very impressive way?
You can. Go ahead and roll a charm. You have 4 on this, and if you want to spend power, you certainly may.
2 6s.
2 6s. That yes, guys, with a really good angle and perspective, Frankie starts talking to you about kind of like how this works, and it actually, like, you all get through, and La Trovadora with her just heaving milfy bosoms. I don't know, I keep forgetting we're supposed to make her sexy. The way she's just like, oh yeah, like she's just hanging on your every word. And Bailiff Bedelia and Beth and Afa, they're all fascinated by what you're saying. So yes, very charmingly put. So yes, you guys will have a sense. Go ahead, Callie, you had a question as well.
I forgot. It's fine.
Understood.
No.
It's okay.
No.
It'll come back.
And I do see in chat that the Rose Explode pointed out that V has never seen Dustin Howell's room, and that is true. And yet, one time she referred to him as her boyfriend. In any case, there is one other area that you could look at. You do see a door that leads down to the basement.
I remember my question.
Please, yes.
So if this is all stuff kind of from the beginning of stories and not how it looks reflected at the end, Does that mean that in Murder by Murder, when we arrived at the house, the deck wasn't broken, and it was broken during the murder of
Correct.
the old man?
Deck is not broken out there.
No, but I mean in the original story that we played, the game,
Uh-huh.
the deck wasn't broken the whole time. It was broken during the murder of the old man.
Wait, the deck was never broken, was it?
It was like, I thought it was broken and shaky and all fucked up.
The cantilevered balcony?
Yeah.
No, I
That's
think
why we
that
were
was
all
just
scared.
because it was raining so hard. I don't think it was
Oh.
ever broken because he
Oh, it was
didn't get like broken pushed through it. He climbed out over the edge and fell off. Spoiler
Okay,
alert.
I thought it was broken the whole game until this very moment.
I'm
Okay.
very sorry. So, ancient revelations. But if you go down to the basement below, yes, Connor, there is there are other magical sigils. It seems like this seems to be like a place where like arcane shenanigans happens. But downstairs there seems to be some kind of like weird crystalline structure. Though this is broken. So this is not this reflects a thing that happened early on, not that whatever, yeah. And it does look like perhaps, I don't know, if actually Frankie would just be able to tell you guys this having read. This is from the issue where Top Flight realized that the Guild of Secrets was siphoning energy from the final down here, and that all that energy was given to that energy was then stolen by the fleecing schemester and added to Maisie to create Blood from a Stone, as far as what you guys are putting together. La Trovadora is fascinated by all of this, of course.
So we now, our characters now know that.
Your characters know that because of all the different lore that's been explained and everything the Astromancer could have shared and Frankie's
Right.
knowledge of the comics. Yes, you guys are aware of that detail. So
Okay,
La
cool.
Trovadora's like, so we really are just a reflection of this world, of Top Flight.
Wow.
You're a reflection of a reflection.
Indeed, I am only a copy of it. This is so fascinating. And yet, don't I seem alive to you?
Quite.
Very much so.
Good.
And whoever lived here was a Sox fan, which is just, ugh.
What
You guys
talking-
are in Connecticut. You might be
Oh,
Sox fans.
I'm about to say something that's gonna make me as a player hurt.
Do it.
What are you talking about? The Sox are awesome.
Yeah. That's
Bugs
Piece of
now.
your soul just like die, like just shrivel up.
Never play someone else from New England. Can't handle. That's okay. So that is, I think you guys have seen a good bit here in the Witch House, which is definitely the sort of most robust of the new locations that you have summoned. This is definitely the most, the most going on. This is legendary. The rest are all Wiki's Forge is fabled, the Crypt of Lady Perverse are fabled, Ruins of Turbalange and Clangelin's Cottage, those are both renowned. So, do you guys want to look around here anymore? You want to go check back up at the TV, or you just want to get out?
There were no ghosts. How is this a witch house and there's no ghosts?
Nova, make a look roll.
Ooh. Justice for the ghosts.
Justice for the ghosts.
Now I'm stressed. No match.
No match. You look around, you just, the answer is it's just a bummer. This is not Nova's day.
Check the ruins if you want to try and find a ghost. So I don't know that any will be there. We could check there.
The Ruins of Turbalange?
Yeah, let's go there.
All right. If you guys return to the front doors, you open it, you see the elevator, the music playing. You can all step back on. And if you hit the button for the Ruins of Turbalange, the elevator shifts and carries you there the doors open, and this time you find yourself looking out from a flat, massive wall of these like cyclopean scaled stones as you step into the ruined foundations of a massive castle that was once built to house giants 20 feet tall. So the scale, the space, the size of this is huge. Even like the foundation walls for you are like, you know, for a giant would just be like a little thing you'd step over because they've been ruined. For you, they're still 5-6 feet tall. You know, you'd have to climb or whatever. There's spots where they get even higher. You look around, and surrounding you is this mystic lake. Or actually, it is even described as a loch. There is a soft purple rain that is falling from above. And you can see a few hundred feet in the air, there is this like perpetual purple tinted cloud that is just roiling dark, and you can see flashes of lightning and rumbles of thunder within it. There is perpetual rain falling down onto this place, but more of a drizzle. As you look around, go ahead.
What is a blink goat?
Oh, sure, that's great. You also all suddenly hear a scream, a shockingly human-sounding goat scream. I won't do it because it'll blow up my mic, but you know, it's like, ah! And as you look over, you see a sort of a fairy goat that does that and then blinks out of existence. And then 30 seconds later, you hear this pop, and then it screams from over there and blinks out again. And you hear the distant shouting of blink goats. Again, none of you played in Here Be Dragons, but they have blink goats. Because I was tired of blink dogs.
I was gonna say Bailiff Bedelia's mentions blink goats, and so does the location mention blink goats. So does Bailiff Bedelia say anything about that fucking blink goat?
Wait, Bailiff Bedelia mentions blink goats?
Her ability says
Yeah, what is it?
If there's another active blink goat, fairy, high hello court, or shimmer elf,
Oh, yeah.
get another power.
She'll just go, oh my god, guys, we've been based here. Oh, the court will become to order. And she just starts walking, because this is her home turf. This is from Here Be Dragons. She leads you guys across. You walk around one of these things, and you see that the most intact section of these ruins, there's like two walls, you know, kind of making almost like a two-thirds set or something but they're kind of crumbling on the sides of what used to be a throne room. And there are the remnants of a giant scaled throne. Sitting before that is a canopy in bright colors. And although there's no one at it, but basically she's saying, okay, finally I found where the High Hello Court will come to order. We were hanging out here once trying to talk to Bill Bluster. So yeah, this was it. So, but no one's here. Okay, so court is out of session. Let's get drunk.
Okay.
Call. She kind of goes to the canopy and starts pulling out like fairy wine.
No, sweet.
Here you go. Bottoms up. Ha, my bottom will be up later. Hi, party. And Beth and Afe is like, is this?
Philip, how many of these airhead whores have you made?
What are you talking about? This one's very intelligent. I don't know what we're talking about.
No. You know what I mean.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you have a problem with this person, I don't know. I guess that reflects badly on me.
I'm just noticing there's a pattern of a lot of these women.
These are just the people that have to get summoned, I will say.
You guys are summoning a lot of them. This is Bailiff.
You were the one who summoned.
This is.
I didn't know what she did.
I think I'm playing Bailiff Bedelia a little crazier than she was. She's much more of like an Instagram influencer type. So I'll play that up a little bit, but this was sort of her vibe. She got along really well with Shishu, which is another character none of you know because you don't play in Here Be Dragons. But she's sort of just stepping to the side. But she had a long day. I've had a long day of bailiffing. It's time to let my hair down. But I'm not taking my hat off because it's cute. Also, I don't know where Mustard Seed is. She's the Chief Justice of the High Hello Court.
We got a brick guy back home.
Crazy. Beth and Afe is like, I'm so excited to try the nectar of the fairylands. Where I'm from, it doesn't taste as good anymore. All the color's been drained, so he Try some of the wine. This is delectable. It's amazing. Yeah, it's very good. Well, the High Hollow Court in particular, like, we're very much known for our parties. Because, like, that's what Mustard Seed likes. And I'm the bailiff of her court. Because she didn't understand what kind of court she was talking about when they said, you get a court because you're an Archfey now. She, like, didn't understand what kind of court it was. She had just thought it meant, like, she had to be, like, a judge. And I was like, okay, because I get to be bailiff. I don't care. It's a cute outfit for me. Do you still object to my very being, Callie?
I never objected. It was I just noticed a pattern.
Yeah. Well, maybe Philip has, you know, maybe there's like 500 NPCs, so there's gonna be a little better repetition.
As we like explore around the area, is there anything else that like seems?
Despite
Out of
the
the ordinary.
size of this area, it is a fair bit more. It's almost less detailed. It's almost like you've come to like a video game map where like this is a big room, but there's it's like very few points of interest. It's just kind of a lot of walking around. You know, it's like it's a cool view. Like it feels majestic, but like you genuinely suspect that this place would only support, I don't know, say
5 people.
There's 5 in the
like
thing,
there's
yeah.
only enough food for 5 people
Yeah.
in that little you know, like canopy over there, that little
Okay.
pavilion thing. Yeah.
This place is kind of boring. I don't see anything.
What about the crypt?
a blink goat screams right next to you, Nova.
Yeah.
Disappears.
We don't have to stay here. This is a silly place. We should go.
This is
Yeah,
did you say
these
this
animals?
is a, did you say this is a silly place?
Yes, it is.
Honestly, you're sort of right, because it's like, why did you even come hang out here for so long? I can't even remember.
To the crypt.
To the crypt. All right. So if you guys return to the sort of where the elevator based you out, you can head through, and you can go to. Now this one has a very different vibe. Once again, the elevator shifts. The doors open. This place, I don't want to tell you how you feel, Frankie, but there is a pervasive mood here that is much darker and creepier. But the other thing about this place is that, because this is sort of how things were there, I just realized, the doors open and some light sort of shines onto like dark stone, but there is no light within this chamber. This one is completely
No red
dark.
lights?
There are no red lights. However, you both Connor and Doug have been carrying over characters who, yeah, go ahead, Callie.
Nothing. No. My brain
Red light district or
said
something.
no. Well, yeah. When you said no red lights, my brain said good for Roxanne.
Wow. Okay. Connor and Doug, because you both have brought in characters, you both have like had characters from the Star Tales in this. I'd let you both, I guess, try a research roll to see if you can like remember anything about this spot, because you did the research on this. But I'll sort of say you'd be the ones who could maybe attempt to figure out what's going on here.
2 3s.
2 3s. Okay, Doug.
Nope. Actually, yeah, nothing.
Nothing. Connor.
If
Go ahead, Callie.
if they got to do that because of who they tend to have in their head, since I have just a bunch of shadow elves, can I kind of see?
That is more about like things they remember. You unfortunately can't see. Beth and Aetha can see
Okay.
fine though. Speaking of that point,
We got flashlights on the phone.
he's sort of, oh yeah, and you guys can take your phones out and use them as flashlights.
Yeah.
Beth and Ava is saying, it is a very dark chamber, but there is a sarcophagus there in the
sweet.
center. And Connor, with your memory, you seem to think that there was some snippet of a scene that happened in a place like this where it was super dark. Maybe people illuminated it by they were carrying like a red lightsaber, so they were illuminating it, or a laser sword. But you do recall there were like floating ghosts. There were like floating zombie red things. So you're not sure if you could like ask those to turn on or something.
I'll say, hello, spirits? Are you here?
Tell you what, make a charm or intimidate based on how you're saying it. Or persuade. You're good at persuade.
It would be more in the vein of persuade.
Yeah, you're good at persuade. Give it a try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the sarcophagus while he's.
Well, you're trying your like phone light.
no
Yeah.
magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Callie's at the elevator still. She's
Connor's like trying to walk in. Doug is like walking over this stuff. Doug, I guess make a like a dodge roll, just of like dodge or acrobatics, just of like walking carefully over all the dark, all these sort of, and Beth and Afa you only need a second degree, because Beth and Afa is like careful. You're walking on he's kind of like walking out with you a bit.
All right. I'll use a power to get an extra 1 or 2 power.
Okay.
2 6s.
With 2 6s, you're able to sort of make it there, and you guys now see that, like, from the light of Doug's flashlight, he's like shining onto this sarcophagus that's in the middle of the chamber. Do you touch it, Doug?
Yeah.
As soon as
absolutely.
Doug touches it, however, you hear this like, and these like floating little like red things appear. They look sort of like the Ghost of Christmas past from the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh hell no!
But they're like
Callie
red and
presses the door close button and she's
okay,
out.
So
She's,
Callie's like closing the door of this. Some other people, I guess there's people like probably the door of like, whoa, wait, it's like bumping into them. Nova, this definitely has like, this is BGE, big ghost energy. As these things are just like floating.
Say less.
And
You had me at Muppets.
so Nova, are you stepping out now that the place is
Come
now,
on, Nova.
The place is now illuminated.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm like hopping out.
Okay. As you guys step out here, they literally seem to be serving just as lights. Like they're not moving, they're just like, but they are just casting the place in kind of an eerie red light. There is this sarcophagus in the middle, and
Are there any items with the sarcophagus?
great question.
Like a necklace?
A great question, but it
If Doug
appears.
needs help opening, I'll help.
Sure. Why don't you guys both make work rolls or lift, your choice. Work, manual labor, or lift.
I'll do lift.
I'll do lift. I'm going to pump you out.
I will lift as well.
2 4s.
Okay.
2 3s.
You guys are able to like kind of pull it open. This location does not come with any objects because it's only fabled rarity. But you do suspect there is a skeleton within, and you guys get, and Nova, you definitely get a sense of like presence here. But you also wonder perhaps if you guys were to summon, you know that this is the tomb of Lady Perverse. You wonder what would happen if you conjured, if you summoned Lady Perverse and then brought her to this conjured location. That could be interesting, as this was apparently her tomb.
One way to find out.
But for the most part, this place kind of seems as not as much going on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just Muppet ghost energy.
Just Muppet ghost energy. Yep.
All right, well, shall we go get Callie and then go to the next place?
Oh yeah, Callie, did you just peace out to the next place on your own?
No, she just pressed the door close button. She didn't go to another floor, but
basically the door opens. We'll say that Krigig probably stayed on your shoulder, and Krigig said, "What are you afraid of? A couple goats or something?"
I mean, I'm not afraid that something's going to happen to me, because it's just these sections can't hurt us. It's just the other section that can hurt us. But I just don't need help not sleeping. I don't need it.
You know what keeps me up at night?
No, but I'm also not curious.
I'm curious.
You're not. That this is while she's alone in the
Dang
elevator
it.
with Krigig. And actually, Bailiff Bedelia's there, like on. Bailiff Bedelia's going like this.
Does she have a phone?
No, she just has like a little piece of crystal in her hand.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, these things are so addicting.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
I'm sorry, you guys keep talking. Wait, are we still in the elevator? Is it broken? Are we stuck in here? Do we have to designate a P corner? I don't need to now, but I just want to know where
we
it's
do not
gonna
have
be.
to do that. We will leave shortly.
The
We'll
door.
find a restroom before the time.
The door opens, and at this point, Connor, Nova, Doug, La Trovadora, and Beth and Ava can return, and Frankie. Did you get off, Frankie? Did you get off the elevator?
No, I did not.
Okay, so Frankie was there as well. Understood. So you guys saw that. So yes, you've seen 3 of them. You still have yet to visit Wiki's Forge, or another place I can remember.
Bang-a-lang!
Clangalang's Cottage. Which one are you you're hitting Clangalang?
After that, I absolutely.
Callie needs a palate cleanser in the form of Clangalang's Cottage. Callie hits Clangalang's Cottage, the goes up, and you find yourself looking into a sort of like quaint, vaguely southern kind of like country cottage, but there are keys just hanging all over the place. Keys hanging from strings, keys on hooks, bundles of keys on, kind of sitting all together on like a big ring, or it's just keys everywhere. Keys on Van Nuys. Yeah. And it's just that is it's like, okay, if you were ever to meet a goblin who was also Dolly Parton, this is where she'd live. Hold on, I have to amend that. If you were ever to meet a goblin who was obsessed with keys for reasons determined by Wizards of the Coast and was Dolly Parton according to me, this is where she'd live. So it's like, it's all very like clean and fun, but it's like very like maximally designed, and the one design is keys.
Gotcha.
So that's what you see as you look into this cottage. You can also notice that out the windows you see like a rolling hill. You're at the top of a hill here.
Well, it looks nice outside.
Like this one.
Mm-hmm. You also think that there's not that many creatures who could live here, not that many characters could be here. However, you guys do smell, and you can even grab some. Like over in the kitchen, there's a bunch of cornbread, a bunch of like, I don't know, what are other like, what's Dolly Parton?
Who makes it if no one's here?
It's
a magical house.
It's all magical. They just like, they have the
Okay.
food, like someone could cook, like a person could cook it. They have the ingredients. Otherwise, you just walk in, there's some on the counter. It's,
Oh, like shrimp and grits?
Sure, there's definitely shrimp. There's shrimp and grits.
And the
cornbread.
characters who aren't based here still come here whenever they want. And
Characters who aren't based here can come here, but it only has enough food for the characters. Like there's
based
only like enough food for 5 people to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a whole plate with me.
Sure, classy. So yeah, Doug, you gather up a bunch of the food. It's good. It's real good.
So there's some nice sweet tea in the fridge.
There is definitely, honestly, there's more sweet tea than only for 5. There's enough sweet tea for almost, that's plenty of people can get sweet tea here at Clangalang's Cottage.
That's so weird. My mom could have stocked this fridge.
Okay. The Loremasters, of course, are sort of La Trovadora, Beth and Ava, and Krigig are, they're, as they did at all these places, they're sort of looking around, kind of, realistically, Krigig would have said a few words with you, but he would have looked around that crypt a little bit now, because that's the whole point of this, is they're doing this research, so he would have checked out some of it. They look around here, and La Trovadora says, I do get the sense that this belongs to a performer. This place.
Makes sense.
The food's really good.
Glad to hear it.
Maybe it's a chef performer. Oh, like Benihana.
Who
Love
is
Benihana.
who is Ben? Who is Ben Hanna? What is his name?
You go and it's dinner is the show.
Benjamin Hanna.
Benjamin
They like
Hanna?
flip
Benjamin Hanna?
shrimp into your mouth.
Wow. This
Think of like dinner and a show, but the dinner is the show.
the dinner is the
There
show.
is the show.
That's
Yeah.
fascinating. So, okay, so tell me more of this Benjamin Hanna.
Well, I don't think
Oh.
you can go. It's like in our world.
I understand, but I would love to hear about it.
Maybe
Do
can
we
load
have
up
connectivity
video
in here?
for you?
No.
Well, before we come next,
Ah.
we can show you the video.
Please, I would be very interested to see someone catch a shrimp in their mouth as part of a musical performance.
Well, it's not really musical.
Oh, then, I do not like straight plays. This is a thing I have.
The art is all culinary.
I wonder if Doug could do it with his like hockey skills. Like,
Oh yeah. Can I try to show him how to do this?
yeah.
I guess there is shrimp in here. Sure, you want to try to flip
Yeah.
a shrimp at La Trovadora's mouth?
Yeah.
That, my friend, is 100%
ranged?
going to be. Oh, but it could be. Here's the thing. I just don't know that it could possibly be power-based and not precision-based.
But I got my. It's all on the wrist.
Yeah, but wait.
That
but
sounds
you're-
like precision
but,
to me.
But you are never trying to hit a hockey puck so it doesn't go to where it's going hard. You know what I mean? You're never trying to like bloop.
Oh, you gotta have some touch pass.
You do have to have some touch pass.
A little soft dump in the corner.
Go ahead, you can make your ranged weapon
Yes.
hockey roll, but you need better than a second.
All right.
Better than a second.
All right. You know
should
we're
use
gonna
some
use.
power
Somebody's
on
gonna
it.
hit her
We're
in the
use some
face with it and
power.
knock her over.
We're gonna use 4 power.
Okay.
To get 2 more. So we're rolling 8.
Do we recover a power since it's been an hour?
Yes, it had. Yes, everyone get 1 power back for sure.
Oh, that's so fun.
Actually, get 2 back because you've spent a little time in all these places. Uh-oh, Doug. Look at Doug. That's the face
I
of someone
have-
who doesn't have a 3rd degree success.
I have 3 5s.
You have
and
3
2
5s.
sixes.
Okay, fair enough.
I was debating if I should spend power to make it 4 5s to really.
So yeah, Doug, basically
Really hit it
you,
home.
you take like a spatula and kind of just flick it, and it comes really fast, but she grabs the shrimp in her mouth and goes, "Oh, I can see how this
Flip one more up.
camarone is delicioso." She's like, yeah, this I can see how this would be. I can see how this would be a show. Okay, that's fine. It would be better with music. I haven't even seen it, and I know it would be better with music though.
That's why you're here.
Benjamin Hanna. Well, I'm interested in hearing more of his work. I would ask if he has an album, but apparently he would not, because he's Benjamin Hanna. He works in culinary only. So with that, you guys have a good read on 4 of these new places. One is haunted, one is charming, rural,
Or haunted.
one is open. Yeah, but like, I guess it is haunted in a way, but haunted by the strange TV shows upstairs. So yes, you guys. But yeah, these places all have stuff you've seen everywhere, but Wiki's Forge.
Go take a look.
Wonderful.
Did we bring Wiki with us?
You did not. You could go back up and call for her if you want her to come to see her forge.
We probably should.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very easy to pop back up to the place. The doors open Wednesday, sort of standing there nearby. Is there something you need, or are you returning?
You just need Wiki. We're almost done.
I shall fetch her for you.
Wednesday, you gotta try the food in this new place.
Is it better than the food I prepare?
Of course not.
It's not better. It's just different.
I would try.
Compliments it well.
Which location is this that you wish me to try the food of?
Clangalang's cottage.
Thangling's cottage. Very well. She just
It has total American Southern.
she comes
Goes
back.
to burn it down.
She comes back like pulling like Wiki. Wiki's like, what's he doing? Yes, I'm going. All right. Oh, so you find my forge. That's what. Yeah, I'm excited to see that as well. And gives Wednesday a look and just gets on. Bailiff Bedelia says, "Do you want me to come to this part as well?" Because you said it's only the dream places, and a forge doesn't sound like dreams, but also maybe it has.
I mean, just in case. Just in case.
I've got nothing else to do. Apparently, I'm just a fictional version of myself, which means there's like no consequences for my actions.
That's what I've been trying to say.
I don't think that is true.
Hey,
100% true.
Hey, Callie, if it please the court, I want you to look me in my eyes, in my slightly dilated pupils, and I want you to say to me if I seem like someone who should be operating with no consequences for her actions.
I don't know that anyone should be operating with no consequences for their actions.
She points to Frankie and goes, she'd be fine because she'd keep herself honest. Like that one, self-polices. Even though I'm dressed like a police without pants, I'm a bailiff, which is a different thing.
I don't understand what this has to do with you not having any consequences for your actions. I just...
Okay. She just gets on.
See? No consequences here.
Krigig says, yeah, you better watch that one. There's something in her eyes that I've only seen a few times, and it's mainly in murderous witches. Or, like demons and such. Dark things.
But like good demons?
Yeah, but there's this other kind of dark spellcaster, what they call influencers. I think she's of their ilk. Nothing behind the eyes, just to decide the likes. I don't know what likes are. I fear them.
It's a talking frog. You could probably get a bunch.
You think I could? Could gather.
You'd be very popular.
And then with the power of these likes, what do the likes provide? Are they a source of magical fuel?
Maybe?
For some people, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
You can turn it into money if you get enough.
Oh, and money's. Of course, I can also turn base metals into gold by practicing alchemy. Might be easier than likes.
Or you do that on the story.
The story. Wiki says, "Can we go see my fort already?"
Yes, we can
So,
go. Yes.
You guys click a button. The elevator brings you to Wiki's forge. She steps out. This one is also one where like it's kind of coming from like a rear closet. She steps out and goes, "Yes, this is it." She looks at you all sort of nervously. She kind of goes back to like a couple of stones. She like pulls like on the wall she kind of like pulls a stone aside and looks in and goes, "Yeah, all right. This place seems right." Well,
everything okay back there?
Oh, it's perfectly fine. I'm going to make a sword now since I haven't been able to in a while. She just starts firing up her furnace.
I assume she would be based here.
Wiki will probably be moving here, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, can you make me a new stick? A new hockey stick?
So do you want it to be metal? Iron?
Sure.
Cold iron hockey stick?
Something to take into the purple place.
Sure. She'll start making you one.
Nice.
The others look around, checking the place out. Krigig kind of hops along. La Trovadora looks at the stuff. Beth and Afa, twirling his mustache, writing stuff in his poetry book. They kind of come together and say, Trovadora sort of, well, we will need to speak to the other Loremasters, and perhaps some of them will come to these locations, but I am sensing some patterns about these locations. And in particular, and she kind of walks out the front door, which is not where the elevator is based, and you sort of see there is like the part of a street, and she kind of walks a little further to it and touches it and says, much like a coarse court or other places, there is a limit to how far we can go. There appears to be a boundary of sorts.
Yes, you guys connect them.
I'm thinking that this might be possible. But do you need us to? We can travel between them using the elevator. Is this not enough?
It'd just be kind of cool. You can have like a block party,
But they all fit in the course court. the course court itself would be a giant party.
But it's not the same as a block party. You know, like a nice cul-de-sac. Everyone goes outside.
The garden in front.
Krigig sort of
Yeah.
hops a couple times and says, "Oi, Bedelia, the Shimmer Elf, right?" And she sort of comes over. You're a dream elf then, aren't you? Yeah, of course. Well, I suppose now this will be a bit more of an undertaking for you. There might be a way, if you really cared to. See, this is all part of Dreamland's magic, isn't it? These different places are a form of it, but then you can go into a more wilder side of it. Right, this is what we learned last week. We discussed that all these different spots, we're to look through one of Ellie Borg's lenses of truth. You would see that each of these places is just purple magic, right? So it's arranged by this elevator, but you could arrange it some other way if you'd prefer. Like if you wanted it to, for example, be like a valley full of dreams and lights, for example, where it was if you just wanted to like position each of these buildings in like a dream light valley or something, you could simply do that as well. If you wanted them to more be on an island where like animals might cross here and there, you know, you could like say, well, I've got this, you know, position them as you see fit. But
No raccoons, though. Or bears.
La Trovador says, wait, would the raccoon do a show? Or would that be a dog? Would there be a dog doing a show? Never mind. The point is, what Krigig is basically saying, I'll stop speaking the voice because I know Callie does not care for it, is...
I don't understand about half of it. It's
what he's conveying is, if you really wanted to, you could apply your abilities, you could apply your power. This would probably be a hard all-session task, but it's definitely maybe worth trying next week to putting these things all in one place rather than having them on separate levels. You probably could do that. By extension, other places you summon, other places you go, perhaps you could have, you know, connectivity in these ways, but there seems to be an overarching element of like what's going on here is slightly different than the purple place because you control these places, whereas that one is like a wild frontier you could sort of go to and you have influence over, but it's kind of crazier. But in other words, he is saying if you wanted to reorient what you've collected, you could absolutely attempt that, but that would probably be a next week project and would be a really cool one to try.
if we did that, would each place, like, the capacities wouldn't change for each place?
The
or anything
capacities
like
would
that?
not change for each one.
Okay.
No. It would more be that there'd be a bunch of different boarding houses and people could go
Yeah.
to whichever one.
And
they
you
want.
could have a block party.
And apparently if a block party, and certainly the idea that a bunch of college students priority would make it so the characters could have block parties, that totally tracks.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
So Wiki's gonna chill here for a bit. But we are sort of going, I know Frankie, I hope, will be back. She said the internet went out and she's trying to get back on. But as you guys sort of return, is there anything else you want to do in Wiki's?
We check the TV one more time.
You can go back to the TV for sure.
Yeah.
You don't have to, and Callie, if you don't want to go back to the witch house, you don't have to. But La Trovador
She will
is
go,
very...
but she will stay in the elevator.
Understood. La Trovador is very
Can we-
interested. Yeah, go ahead.
Can we bring Mrs. Goddett to see if she can fix the TV?
Oh,
That's
yeah. Mrs. Got it. You got it. So they return to the TV. And La Trovadora. A funny thing will happen where La Trovadora will glance at Walker and Rawlings and kind of just give you guys like a look that's just like she succeeds at this, so she conveys just with a glance to those of you as you walk back of like, don't say anything about the TV or the connection, like don't say anything about the Blood River Stone connection in the witch house just yet. She's throwing that out there. But so Mrs. Goddard you'll bring. So Mrs. Goddard and La Trovadora head back.
So definitely bring Mandy the Mouse. Check.
Understood. Yeah. Okay. First thing I tell everybody, I feel every TV show I've watched. As you guys head back up there.
Oh man, she'd be a terrible friend because if she watched an episode of something before you got to do it, she would tell you everything.
Imagine the
Really
recaps
would
if you
be.
wanted them.
If you wanted them, sure, but if you didn't, it just...
Sorry. Okay. So, as you guys head back up there, Connor, my friend,
Yes.
I forgot to. I'm gonna start doing this with you guys as well. I have a fun new way to do luck.
Okay.
But for now, we're just gonna go with what you have, Connor. You're gonna make a luck roll. You have 4 dice in your luck roll, so we're gonna see a luck. So please make a luck roll.
No matches.
No matches. Then, as it happens, it is unfortunately. What's that?
Use the power.
Oh,
Use
yeah,
the
yeah,
power.
yeah. I'm gonna pay 3 to reroll.
Okay, sure. Reroll the whole thing. Do it.
Wait. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna pay 3 to reroll. I'm gonna gain a bonus. Can I pay to get a bonus then on a luck roll?
If you have 5, you can. Sure.
Yep.
So now you roll 5.
That is 2 2s.
2 2s. All right, with 2 2s, roll a d13.
Baby, let's go. 8.
All right. This is a person you guys actually only heard. You never saw her. But Connor, as you begin clicking through this, the thing with him is gone, but you click to a new thing, and you see this woman. She's wearing like kind of like a black suit with a white shirt. I mean, and it looks like it is black and white, even though the whole picture is black and white. It's like not gray, like pretty like dark black white shirt.
Right.
She's holding a book in her hand, and she seems to be like. It's interesting because the way it's framed, it's almost like she's like doing like a thing to camera, but it does seem like she's just on the street somewhere, and she's just saying, "My brothers and sisters, though the mist they have parted, do not lose hope, do not have fear, for a new age is coming, my brothers and sisters. Though you see lands you have not yet seen before, though you see fiery foes in the distance, though you see all sorts of things, I tell you all, you are safe if you just follow the right path. I will preach, no matter how the mists swirl around." This is the preacher.
Does it have the same like thing that it said beneath, where it's like
This time,
That
Like
TV
created
only
by,
do Blood from a Stone?
yes, it does.
it doesn't say created by F. Seamstar as well?
This is not in the middle of like an
Okay,
opening
yeah.
titles. This more looks like if this has any graphics, it would have like a 1-800 number to send money.
Yeah,
at the
call
bottom.
now, yeah.
But she's just kind of going off and saying, "Do not fear the changing. Do not fear the alterations to the mist. My brothers and sisters, my friends, my neighbors, all is well. All will be safe if you just walk the righteous path. Let me guide you."
Yeah. I look at La Trovadora, I'm like, does this mean anything to you?
La Trovadora is glaring at the TV. "I do not care for this one. She is another one like us. Yes, this is a Mistwalker."
Yeah, but what's she saying? Like, what about the mist being parted?
If the mists have been parted, then I think I missed something pretty big. Mrs. Goddard goes, so you want me to see how this is hooked up to the holonet? What's going on?
Yeah, if you can.
We
like,
want it
make-
to get more channels. Only gets one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, yeah, I'll see what I can do. And she looks back and goes, oh my god, this is so antiquated. Well, Mrs. Goddard's got it. And she starts pulling out some stuff. And she'll try to repair this TV. She'll be like, oh, it's just radio signals coming. Wait a minute. Hold on. Guys. Oh, she takes like the rabbit ears off and reveals that they're not plugged into the TV.
Close door. Close door. Close door.
You're not even near here because the elevator is like 3 stories down from this, so you're not even witnessing.
Oh, I
this
thought it
stuff.
was leading into. Okay.
The elevator leads into the front door. They had to go up multiple stairs to get to the attic. But she's like, okay, so well, you know what? If this is through some kind of like Chikara use, like mumbo jumbo, that's cool. Miss Goddard's got that too. Let me just pull out a kyber crystal. Okay, let's yeah, okay. I got you. Yeah, so I don't have as many materials for this, but this looks to be sort of a more mystical nature. You're seeing images or visions from another place, and yeah, but I do think if I kind of give it a kind of just this little thing, she just knocks it a few times, the image does become a little more crystal clear. And she goes, yeah, so it looks like you can only get one channel at a time, and it'll flip around which one it is, but it'll look a little more clear. And now you see like a much cleaner image of the preacher as she is preaching to you all. Just do not fear, just walk the path, my friends. Remember that the mists are breaking, and the mists will continue to break, and that is as it has been intended. We will all be delivered. She carries on like this.
I like the other show better.
It's a better show.
He seemed cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. This one's too preachy.
Right?
Definitely doesn't seem like she'd have the same kind of fun that the Soldier of Fortune would have.
Well, I mean, it's tricky. But in any case, so with that, I think we are at the, I think we're probably coming to the end of the adventure.
We're at the unwitching hour.
Yes, so as you guys kind of head back up.
The end of the internal cavern.
The end of the internal thing. So, you know, you now have these locations. You understand how they're shifted. There is the Mistwalkers. The Loremasters have made it clear that they understand the alignment of these things, the difference between this place. Many of them have visited the purple place, but they're like, that is different what's going on. But this is the thing you guys control. So Krigig has told you, if you want to, you can rearrange these locations. If that is something you would like to have be your goal, then by all means, we can work towards that as a thing we're doing next week. I think that's kind of that certainly can see, that's a good way to test the limits of what you can control. But if you have other goals, please voice them now, just so I can sort of prepare for what next week will be.
I mean, I don't know what my goals are going to be until today's research is tabulated, because it looks like we're about to fully research Maisie.
Oh, your goal is going to be researching a bunch of your goal is going to be the rest of your life is trying to summon a bunch of dreadlords, because it's going to take a lot of dreadlords to get Maisie. My original plan for Maisie, I may even stick to this because Maisie is kind of like the most mythic character. I think you have to get all 13 of them. I'm sorry, but I think you do have to.
We have one.
You do have one. But that number may be adjusted. In any case,
block party.
So if that's going to be your goal, understood. Doug wants a block party. Nova, do you have any goals? Does a block party sound good? Do you have any other things upon learning what you've learned today? Is there a sort of further exploration of a thing you'd want to sort of learn about? They seem to say that a big part of why you guys were doing this was just to understand like the full cosmology of this stuff. Obviously there are still maybe some ways you can travel to other places, but it seems like for now the elevator's your main one. Perhaps breaking these away from the elevator would give you other access points to other things as well.
Yeah, probably exploring more and seeing what's out there.
Seeing more stuff what's out there. Okay. Frankie, do you have any thoughts on a goal for next time? I know you missed some of what was going on at the end there.
Yeah, I would like to explore less.
Explore less.
And-
Okay. So we'll say Nova and
and-
Frankie cancel out. Did you? Yes, explore less and?
Yes, and.
So in other words, Frankie, next week, guys, the game takes a back seat as we begin. Long lost Laura, Frankie goes to improv. That's right. Every week, Frankie will be going to improv class and it'll just be a competition to see which of the boys talks the loudest. Callie, do you have any goals or thoughts on how you guys want to proceed?
Callie would either want to explore the purple place with the
Loremasters?
thank you, or go to the block party.
Go to a block party. Okay. So basically, Nova and Doug have strong things. Callie likes either of those. Connor is probably fine with those, but he really just wants to get... I'll phrase it. Connor is probably fine with those. Dan wants Dreadlords.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we will see.
I'm okay pushing that. I'm okay pushing that. There is a week where I will be pushing hard for that as our thing, but
Yeah,
not this
I
week.
think probably not this week. But in that case, I think block party might be a good, block party follows from what you've done today a little bit more, so maybe we'll go with that, if that's okay. We'll kind of figure out, we'll kind of begin to play with you guys rearranging all these things you've conjured and learning more about that, and then whenever you venture back to the purple, there may be more, you'll have more context for other things you could do there. So awesome. Well, thank you all so much for playing. This was fun. Aaron, thanks for coming in from far away. We're so happy that Frankie is here. We have other games in this channel. Tomorrow we have Grey in the Dark, so check us out for that. On Friday, Blood from a Stone. Gee, what will Blood from a Stone be on Friday? I recommend watching Blood from a Stone on Friday, because Blood from a Stone last week was insanity, so definitely come see what comes from it, because I think you guys are going to be very happy with it. And then on Sunday...
Setting up the block party.
There you go. And then on Sunday, Mystic Starport returns. We have more Star Wars fun, so come and join us for that. And then because we're alternating that with the Here We Dragons. And then a week from tonight, we'll be back with this to see if they can put together a block party. Doug will bring the everything. So, anybody want to plug stuff? I don't know if people on this, I can't remember which streams have people plug and which don't anymore.
I stream sometimes on Twitch. It's incredibly unplanned. So just if you're frisky in the disky, by disky I mean Discord, you'll see me.
Oh wait, frisky in the disky is the Discord? That's actually amazing.
No. That's like frisky in our disky.
Okay.
That's where I post about it.
Do you eat plain English muffins on stream?
No, but I have taken a solemn oath to never wear sleeves when I'm on my own Twitch channel. So,
well then, just next time eat just like a plain rice cake, unflavored rice cake, dry
Just
rice.
a piece of
Still
a piece
better
of
than a
toast.
plain
Melba toast. There we go. Guys, thank you so much. This was super fun. Thanks to the players. Thanks for the viewers. Had a great time. Until next week. Class dismissed.